former National Security Advisor MK Narayanan. Mr. Narayanan's name has been drawn into this controversy after he was named in a letter written by middleman Christian Michel as one of the key advisors to Sonia Gandhi who should be targeted. Let's go straight across to MK Narayanan for his first detailed remarks to this entire controversy and his name in it. Mr. Narayanan, how do you see your name figuring in the letter written by the middleman Christian Michel? It's a 2008 letter, but the BJP government, of course, is making the argument that because the letter is annexed to an actual verdict, it's acquired new legitimacy.
No, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's been no discussion between me or anyone, including Mrs. Gandhi, on the scope of the agreement with AgustaWestland. I don't think I've had anything to do with the AgustaWestland thing after 2005 or 2006.
Right, sir, but you would have seen this note that we're talking about written by Christian Michel. It's dated March 15th, 2008. It's written to Peter Hulle, which talks about Sonia Gandhi being a driving force. This is a middleman in the deal. And it lists you, as we've been mentioning, as one of the key advisors. Now, how do you see the use of this name, your name, as a key advisor by this middleman?
I'm not actually. I've not even seen this till today, as a matter of fact, about my being a key advisor to Mrs. Gandhi.
Well, more on that in a moment, but let's talk about the larger controversy first, Mr. Narayanan. The larger controversy raised by the government, this entire deal coming back in a sense to haunt the Congress. What are your comments on that and your name being mentioned again and again in this controversy?
No, I mean, I really can't speak beyond what I know. I mean, I don't want to give a sort of what's called the Delphic oracle kind of an answer to that. From my point of view, the issue was whether we were going to get a new set of helicopters to replace the old Mi-8.
Yes.
And the stipulation was that we should by and large conform to what the Mi-8 was capable of. And the previous government, that is when the NDA was there and Mr. Brajesh Mishra of the NSA, they had taken a decision saying that we must avoid a single vendor system. So soon after I took over, this matter came up again, and we adhered almost to the letter and the spirit of that statement. And that's about all that has happened from my point of view, because the question of whom do you select, how do you select, etc., does not come within the purview of the NSA or the Prime Minister's office. It is to be done by others. So now, it's possible that people see the A, B, and C as advisors or non-advisors. I don't know. But in any case, there has been no interaction with anybody on this issue of AgustaWestland, because the question didn't arise from my point of view at all.
So you're saying, just to reconfirm, that the decision you took when you were NSA was essentially a continuation of the decision taken by the previous NDA government?
It is recorded. There are minutes to that effect in both the Ministry of the Prime Minister's office and the Defence Ministry of the decision taken by the by the NDA and the decision taken by the UPA on this point. That's about all that we are concerned with now. How somebody in AgustaWestland decides and talks and what, I mean, we can hardly be held responsible for that. At least I'm not aware of anything beyond that. Nobody has met me, nobody has talked to me, etc. Till the thing broke out in 2013 or 2012. As far as we were concerned, the matters were where they were.
Okay, but let me ask you this directly. Nobody from AgustaWestland, no middleman, no representative of AgustaWestland approached you or anybody else you know when you were in the government?
No. As far as certainly did not approach me, quite definitely. I'm not aware of whether they had approached anybody else, because I don't even know why they should have. In any case, why should they approach somebody after the decision had been taken? I can understand if there was some decision before that. So, you know, as far as we were concerned, there was nothing to do with AgustaWestland. The question was, if we had a single vendor, we were not prepared for it. We were willing to go for it. We wanted two vendors. So that's how the discussions were.
Mr. Narayanan, there is another letter, and that letter has been written by the former CEO of AgustaWestland, Orsi, who was in fact in jail, who spoke of how the Italian Prime Minister should actually reach out to the Indian Prime Minister, who was Manmohan Singh at that time. Could you recount from your years in the Prime Minister's office whether such a call came from the Italian Prime Minister? The letter, of course, suggests it's at the behest of the AgustaWestland CEO.
No, I've not heard about it. If somebody talked to Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, if the Italian Prime Minister had talked to Manmohan Singh, normally I would have been told, or somebody in the Prime Minister's office would have been in the picture. I never heard about this. So, I mean, I can't say whether it was a call or not, but it seemed most unlikely that, in any case, Mr. Manmohan Singh was not the type of person who accepted calls from Prime Ministers regarding private industry in that sense of the term.
At which point would you say that you became aware in the government that there had been kickbacks and bribes given?
I left in 2010. At that point, there was no talk of any kickbacks or anything of the kind. And then I was in Bengal, and then all I saw was what was coming in the newspapers.
The letter, I want to go back to the letter that actually names you as a key advisor, which has actually been out in the media, for a long time, Mr. Narayanan. How did you first respond when you saw yourself listed as one of Sonia Gandhi's advisors in the same letter that talks about her as a driving force?
No, wait, I didn't know that I was a key advisor till you told me just now.
All right. Overall, then, what do you say about this controversy? You say that you were only doing what the previous government had done, but the government this time, which is also the NDA, is in fact putting all of you on the mat. So what would you say to the government?
No, Barka, don't get me involved in conflict between government A and government B. No. I'm not talking about government A or government. I can only vouchsafe for what I know and what I am privy to. And I think the decision taken by the NDA or by Mr. Brajesh Mishra at that time that we should get another vendor on was because of we couldn't accept a single vendor system, which we reiterated was the right one. That's about all that I can say. Now, whether the vendor should be AgustaWestland or somebody else was not part of our brief in any case.
So, in conclusion, from your own role's perspective, you would say that you have no regrets about the decision you took, and that you do not feel that you need to account for the questions that are being raised by the present government.
No. The point is, the anxiety was that the Me-8s were becoming old. Most of them were becoming, if I might say so, unflyable in that sense of the term. And that's all that we were looking for. And we were looking for, there were certain basic rules that we should avoid single vendor systems, etc., etc. And some decisions had been taken. So when the new government came, they reiterated that, hoping that in the next 2 years or 3 years, this whole thing would be over. I have no idea why it dragged on for so much longer, because that's not part of our brief. I mean, there will be technical issues, A, B, C, yes. I suppose so. But yes. So, as far as we are concerned, at least as far as I'm concerned, yes, the question was only whether we endorse what the previous government had said in this matter. We go along with that. Now, whether I'm a key advisor or not a key advisor is neither here nor there.